Alright, welcome to another Last of Us HBO update. If I sound a bit tired, because I am running on 5 hours of sleep, but basically today we have information about a huge story change, well, infected change, so to say. Now, Neil Druckmann confirmed recently in an interview with Collider, linked down below, that Spores won't be in this show. Now, I've seen reactions online, on Twitter and stuff like that. They're generally, a lot of people are surprised and not happy about this. And I can understand the community, but let's try to keep it, civil in the comments, so to say. This is to me a bit, I would prefer Spores. This is also to me surprising, and I'm like, what? Spores were part of a lot of key moments in the games. Well, not 3 comes to mind. Joel finding out Ellie's immune.
Copy that.
How the hell are you breathing in this stuff?
I wasn't lying to you.
She's immune.
Immune to what? Oh,
Come on. I know, I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men. And nothing.
Dina didn't even believe Ellie when she told her, but then the mask breaks and it's a dramatic scene there in part 2, and then Dina finally believes her.
Ellie, your mask! Here, we can share mine.
No!
Don't take it! Stop! Ellie, stop! Ellie, stop! What? No! Ellie, no!
Stop! I'm not infected. I'm immune. I'm not coughing, do you see?
And then you have Nora finding out you're breathing spores. You're her in that scene, which to me, Ellie being able to breathe spores is a really cool moment in that scene with Nora,
You're breathing spores. You're her.
But anyway, I'm gonna read you the quote now, and then I'm gonna get into my opinion why I think they did this. But long story short, spores have been replaced pretty much by a thing called tendrils. Anyway, so Druckmann got into the meat of what changes would come to the cordyceps, elaborating specifically on how the infected are made all the more frightening as an interconnected network. Already the clickers are unnatural and unique from the standard zombie due to their fungal appearance and distinct clicking sound to navigate as they lack sight. He discussed how, with the help of Mazin, they were able to develop new ideas and rules to make them a greater and more interesting danger. So this is quote what Neil said. Craig is right. There are certain additions that we made to the show which I really liked. We wanted to avoid making a zombie show. We have the clickers, which help separate us by grounding them in one way, but also they're such interesting weird beings and they use echolocation to find their way around. But with the more recently infected, we had a lot of conversations about what that vector could look like because there are certain things from the game that we took away. The game had spores in the air and people had to wear gas masks, and we decided early on that we didn't want to do that for the show. And eventually, those conversations led us to tendrils. And then, just thinking about how there's a passage that happens from one infected to another, and like fungus does, it could become that it's interconnected. It became very scary to think that they'll all work together against us in a unified way, which was a concept that I really liked, that got developed into the show. So my opinion about this, I am open to new ideas. I'm not gonna jump the gun. I like the idea of tendrils, but in my opinion we should have both. We should have both spores and tendrils. I'm thinking this. I don't know bro. I don't know people's true intentions. But let me just mention this. In Hollywood, in shows, in movies, the main hero, I'm talking medieval stuff now, medieval shows, medieval movies, Vikings, Game of Thrones, a lot of times, like Jon Snow, Ragnar Lothbrok, the Northmen, they don't wear helmets a lot. Because, this is me, I've studied film, and what I've been taught, you sacrifice a bit to show the actors / the heroes, the main characters, faces more in the show. Sure, you can have like helmets here and there, You know, we see that in shows, in movies. But a lot of times in Hollywood, when we're talking medieval stuff, characters don't wear helmets like that to show the face, you know. It's a movie thing, or a Hollywood thing, or a show thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It could be the same thing here, but they don't want to mention it because it would garner a more negative reaction. I don't know. But I'm thinking, all right, cool. We need to show Pedro Pascal. We need to show Ellie. We need to show their faces more, and a lot of gas mask scenes. Could prohibit that. So that I can understand, and I kind of understand it, and it's like picture it like a picture, and I support that too. But here they're saying it's due to the tendrils. They prefer the tendrils. All right, sure. So why can't we have both Spores and tendrils? I don't know. But what I do know is that this show, in my opinion, as a hardcore game fan, for me, was never gonna match the game to its entirety. I'm going in with cautiously optimistic expectations. I'm very hyped, but I also need to stay on my guard and be cautiously optimistic. Sure, I'm surprised by this change, and I would have preferred Spores to be in the show, because like I mentioned earlier, you have a lot of cool scenes that part of them scenes was Spores. Ellie breathing Spores in part 1, Joel finding out, alright, she is immune then. Same thing with Dina, and same thing with Nora, and that seemed like you're breathing Spores, you're her. But I also want to mention this, because there might be a lot of stronger reactions than mine, right? The infected in The Last of Us are just an accessory to what the core about The Last of Us is. In my opinion, and I think that most people would agree on this, the core element of The Last of Us is people enduring hardships and finding hope, finding something to fight for within each other with their relationships. We even have elements of that in The Last of Us HBO, where Joel mentions you keep going for family.
Keep going for family.
That's what the core of The Last of Us is to me. The people. Their hardships. Them enduring the hardships. It could be the regular zombies. It could be an apocalypse. A war-like apocalypse where you have, you know, a war-torn country. And it would still work. The core of The Last of Us to me is not the zombies and infected. Those are the cherry on top. The accessory to the core of the story. To me, it's Joel and Ellie. Abby and Lev, Abby with her other close people. It's this thing of no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for, and finding hope within each other as people, as The Last of Us. Yes, sir. With that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please keep it civil. I know this will garner a lot of strong reactions in the community. I've been around for a while, but I appreciate you watching my video. Yes, feel free to hit the like and the algorithm, do whatever you want to do, endure and survive. And I'll see you when I see you.